morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Double Masters Draft 2022. I've really been loving this format. What does Elenda do? Whenever another creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on it. When it dies, make X 1/1 white vampire creatures with lifelink, where X is its power. Otherwise, there's Seasoned Pyromancer, which is great, and Mulldrifter, which is great. Elenda does value, that is true. Flicker has been my favorite archetype, though, so I kind of just want to take the Pyromancer and Mulldrifter and force Flicker. If I take Elenda, I could do... Actually, Mardu is the Aristocrat colors, right? We could just do Mardu Aristocrats. Like, that's a really solid Aristocrat start. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do that. I have not officially drafted that deck yet. Many color ramp is my favorite archetype to play in this format. It's so fun. Because you have Rampant Growths and Coiling Oracles and Bounce Lands and Elvish Rejuvenators, and then you just cast anything you open. It's fantastic. Okay, so there's Stagger Shock, Lava Coil. Stagger Shock's really good. Lava Coil answers some really irritating things in this format. Carrier Thrall or Doom Traveler, hopefully one of those will come around. If I'm playing red, I definitely want one of these burn spells first. I think I'm going to take the Coil. Kaervek the Merciless seems strong. Green is apparently wide open. Fireblade Artist fits in this deck. Kaervek is technically in my colors, but while it is like a crazy powerful effect, I don't know if we're going to be able to actually cast it. I think I'm just going to take the Fireblade Artist and lean super heavy into the Aristocrat style of gameplay. Okay. Oh man, if we'd done Flicker, getting a Settle Beyond Reality, it'd be so good. Actually, we still can, because we have things like Seasoned Pyromancer. So it's not unreasonable to take this and hope to wheel like a Carrier Thrall. Because this card is really strong, and if we just make our white our splash color, unless we get like a bunch of Cartel Aristocrats, yeah, I'm going to take the Settle. We'll see what happens. Okay, Hissing Iguanar is crazy good in this style of deck, so I'm going to take that. That's what we're leaning towards. There's a Cartel Aristocrat or another Fireblade Artist. A ramp does seem like it's open. Let's see. I think I want the Aristocrat more than a second Fireblade Artist. Because, like, I have a couple of, like, sacrifice value stuff, but I do want a sack outlet. Another Cartel Aristocrat or a Relief Captain. Relief Captain just rewards you for going wide. It synergizes with Settle as well. I'm going to take the other Aristocrat, though. I think this is going to pay off the most. There's nothing in this pack for us, which is not a good sign. It tells me I'm probably in a lane that is taken. I'll put that in the sideboard. Okay. I will take a Relief Captain for reasons I just talked about. Fiery Fall's not bad. I don't know if this is the deck for it. We're definitely not really playing heroic cards, but this is just good value. Living Lightning is potentially good value, just picking up like a Settle or Lava Coil again. Chaos Warp. No, we're not getting another Modern Horizons. We are getting a Direct to Modern set with the Lord of the Rings set, but no Modern Horizons 3. I'll take Living Lightning. I'm not a huge fan of Chaos Warp. Maybe I should be. Strands of Undeath is okay. Green is as open as ever possible. I'll take a Carrier Thrall, another Relief Captain. Rampy Krats? I don't think so. I don't think that's a deck archetype. Although you can do a ton of stuff in a lot of Masters formats. You can just play silly decks. Another Fireblade Artist is good. And a Liliana's Elite is potentially playable in this archetype. So let's hope to get some Doom Travelers now and stuff like that. Abbot of Carol Keep is somewhat reasonable to play in a deck like this. Cold Steel Heart is fixing, but I don't know that we're ramping. If I'm not taking that, what else am I taking? Like a Wingsteed Rider? Stormfleet Pyromancer? There's not a lot in this pack for me. Oh no, we missed the ramp into Planar Bridge Dream. I can't just draft ramp every time I play this format. I have to do other things occasionally, right? We'll take Abbott, and I guess, let's take the Stormfleet Pyromancer. Blood Artist! There we go. That's what we're looking for. There's an Orzhov Pontiff and a Seeker Squire in this pack too, but we're taking Blood Artist. Blood Artist is so good. The Crucible World, Cartel Aristocrat, another Settle Beyond Reality. There's a Dark Dweller Oracle. Dark Dweller Oracle is another Aristocrat effect. I'm fearing we're getting a little bit too many of those. Unearth is also fine. I think I want the settle here. Let's see, Dauntless Escort. None of these cards are really for us. I think I'm just going to take the Cryptic Spires. I want some number of these, so just opportunistically picking one of these up is decent. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. I'll take an Unearth. Actually, Nim Deathmantle seems pretty sweet. I don't know, it seems mana intensive. I think I'm just going to take the Unearth. Cavern of Souls. We have a lot of humans. We have some number of vampires, too. Can I take that as just fixing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 humans. Oh, I probably should take Doom Traveler. Take Cavern and name Aristocrat. It doesn't really work that way, but yeah, we'll take the Doom Traveler. If Cavern wheels and is like last pick, I will take it, but we don't quite have enough, unfortunately. That's not how Cavern works, Drive Bomber. That's not how any of this works. Supernatural Stamina is an effect I want. Crackling Doom seems good in an aggressive deck. Otherwise, there's just a Basilica. Like, Augur Spree. Can I just take these 5 cards and then just we can go to the next pack? Like, it's a creature type. It's not a card. You can't name an archetype. You can't name a pseudo name. Let's see, Augur Spree would be really good. So is Crackling Doom. So is Supernatural Stamina and Vampire Sovereign. But I'm going to take a Basilica because I want an on-color bounce land. There's a Stamina. Stamina's great. I guess I'll take Living Lightning. Pontiff is good. Pithing Needle's decent. I'll take another Cartel Aristocrat. Put an Anointer in the sideboard. I guess Blazing Hellhound's an Aristocrat effect, so is Cartel Aristocrat. Why do you guys insist on trolling me in this way? You say I can't name an archetype, but I can name merfolk. Maybe try getting your story straight. You're gonna put me in an early grave. That was pretty good. Oh my gosh. You're all very silly. Let's see. I really like Lava Coil. I don't know how many Fireblade artists a deck can play. Smothering Tithe is too slow. Einok Bondkin. It's not going to matter that much. I guess we take these two. We need some more token generation. That's what we need. Pillar of the Perins. Boros Garrison. Severed Strands would be nice. I actually really like Pillar of the Perins because like 60% of my deck is multicolored spells, and this is an untapped duel. So like being able to play Cartel Aristocrats, Fireblade Artists, Orzhov Pontiff, Elenda, that actually might matter quite a bit. So I'm going to do that. I like Augur Spree. Hey, Slayer! Thank you for resubscribing. Appreciate that a lot. How's it going? I like Augur Spree because it's a removal spell that Pillar can cast. Seeker Squire would also not be bad, but I think we're going to take the Augur Spree. Thrumming Stone. Is this a Thrumming Stone deck? We've got a lot of Cartel Aristocrats. But I think Deathbringer Liege is the pick here, because it's super good with white and black spells, and we have a lot. So we're going to take that. Oh my gosh, Dry Bomber. Arbitrary silliness. Inquisition's an okay interactive spell. Necrotic Ooze is good with Cartel Aristocrat. Is it good with anything else? Blazing Hellhound. I kind of like Seeker Squire. Kind of like Cryptic Spires. You can't take Thrumming Stone because you didn't take Caverns to name Thrumming Stone? Okay, athlete. Yeah. I think Seeker Squire is the pick. Grave Crawler. Do we have any zombies? I have Liliana's Elite. Oh my gosh, I just need to find a zombie. Oh, I just need any good zombie and this becomes amazing. Otherwise it's Orzhov Pontiff or Unearth. I'll take the Gravecrawler because the upside on this is huge. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any zombies. Drive Bomber! It's just... Why is it every time I look in my chat, there's just an even more deranged mishmash of how cards interact? We have tons of multicolored permanents. So, like, Conqueror's Flail's good. On the other hand, Cartel Aristocrat. I will take a Cartel Aristocrat. There's a Blazing Hellhound. I will take the Blazing Hell... Vampiric Rites! Vampiric Rites is really good. We have way too many creatures. I'm going to take the Vampiric Rites, because this card just gives you, like, a huge amount of sustain. It's super good value. Thrynax is good, but we're not really playing green. Guess I'll take another Relief Captain. This is not a Balustrade Spy deck. This could be a Living Lightning deck, maybe. I guess I'll take the Living Lightning. Another Seeker Squire. It's good because it can help us get through our lands on top of our deck. I have 5 Cartel Aristocrats. Should I take Thrumming Stone? Let's take Thrumming Stone. We can play another Relief Captain. Why not? Oh, you can take a 6th Cartel Aristocrat. Why not? I'm going to play Thrumming Stone in this deck. There's no way that this is the correct thing to do, but I'm going to do it. We're going to make a red-black duel here. Alright, so let's just play all the things we have multiple copies of. That seems fun. No Strands. Gravecrawler Liliana's Elite. If we had any other zombies, would have been great. We're not going to play Stormfleet Pyromancer. Pontiff is good. Abbott seems a little suspect, but it is like a card advantage 2-drop. Man, I really want to play Thrumming Stone in this deck, because it just seems really silly, like Thrumming Aristocrats. And I even passed, like, 2 Cartel Aristocrats, too. Like, we didn't take them. If I'm going to play Thrumming Stone, I have to cut, like, all of my singletons, I think. Just about. I need to cut 13 cards. 13 cards is, I think, asking a lot. Okay, let's build the Thrumming Stone deck and just see what it looks like, huh? It looks something like this, plus or minus a couple more cards. The double red might be rough. Oh my gosh. This deck looks very silly. He encounters the Cavern that would have named Aristocrat, which would be prevented it from getting countered. He would have an infinite loop of trying to counter an uncounterable Thrumming Stone.
Happy birthday.
Slayer, you didn't have to give me 500 bits. Thank you. It's very generous of you. Let's see. There's no way this is the right configuration of this deck. I just want it to be real. Is that so much to ask? Probably. Okay, this is what we're not playing, but I will have this as a configuration of the deck. I think the actual deck looks something more like this, perhaps. Let's see. I don't want too many sack outlets. We have quite a few and not enough token generation. So maybe like 2 and 2. Oh, I need Liliana's Elite if I'm playing Gravecrawler, which means I probably shouldn't play either. And then... by installing a faulty microwave next to your opponent's router. I think the biggest problem is we have like no way to tutor it out, but this would be amazing. It's pretty great. Yeah, let's run it like this and see what happens. Oh man, Thrumming Aristocrats would be pretty funny. It's just unfortunate that this is not quite the case. I think if we first pick a Thrumming Stone, we could make it work. Because then you could do silly stuff like thrumming burning trees or, you know. Because there's a number of cards that you can get in, like, groups of, like, 10 that people pass all the time. You know Wizards was trolling when they reprinted Thrumming Stone in a Commander reprint set? Someone has never heard of Shadowborn Apostle, Rat Colony, or Relentless Rats. Or Persistent Petitioners, for that matter. I used to play Maronar with Thrumming Stone, Relentless Rats as an EDH deck, and let me tell you, that was hilarious. Because you just, like, Demonic Tutor for Thrumming Stone, you cast Thrumming Stone after emptying everybody's hand, you top deck a Relentless Rats, and then you play, like, an Altar of Dementia and mill all opponents out. No problem, Slayer. I'm happy to help. We did see a Shadowborn Apostle, we just didn't take him. There were 2. Yeah, this seems like a great hand, actually. We got all of our colors. We got early game. Nice. Alright, let's lead on a swamp. Opponent plays a Forest into a Glowspore Shaman, milling Augur Spree, Seeker Squire, and Rurik Thar. That is concerning. Play Seeker Squire. Carrier Thrall. I'm going to put in the grave. Opponent plays a Swamp into a Dreg Mangler. We're getting mangled. Go to 14. We draw Abbot. Play a Mountain. Play the Pontiff. Say creatures we don't control get -1/-1. And hit our opponent for 2. You just think you did? Nah. Yeah, I'm sure. We're getting mangled some more. Take some damage. And opponent plays a Blood Artist. And they're playing something else, looks like. They're trying to cast something else. Unearth on Glowspore Shaman. Alright. They mill a bunch. They don't put any lands back on top. We untap. Draw a Mountain. Well, play Abbot. We exile a Swamp. We do not need double black, so I'm going to play a Plains. Every answer I have to this Blood Artist is not pretty. I'm going to go to combat and attack with a Pontiff. And then play Aristocrat. Pass the turn. Opponent goes to combat. Sack the Pontiff. Get drained. We'll have it haunt the Abbot. Okay, opponent's going to Eyeblight's Ending, so it doesn't actually get to haunt. Get drained again. Say protection from green. Then block here. Take 3, get drained 1 more. Yeah, that's what happens every time I play red-white in Limited. I played a cycling deck in Limited that had 17 lands, and I drew something like 30 cards and could not find anything of any real value. So let's go to combat and attack for 4. Opponent no blocks. Then we will play a Swamp. Exile Dreg Mangler. Flicker Seeker Squire. Deathbringer Liege going back on top. Opponent draws. And they pass. We draw Deathbringer Liege. Play a Plains. Play the Liege. Attack for 7. That tends to happen. And 4-color pile is really good in this format. Okay, opponent has a Ground Assault. We take 1. And go to combat. Attack for 4. Take him down to 6. Play a Mountain. Pass the turn. And where's my Lava Coil when I need it? Where's my Lava Coil when I need it? Unearth. Unearth can get me Abbot, which gets me a redraw for Lava Coil or Settle. Otherwise I could cycle for the same thing. I think it's better to Unearth Abbot. I could Unearth Pontiff, shrink their guys, attack, but if they don't block with the Nekaru Queen, yeah, we've got to try unearthing Abbot here. Lava Coil. Excellent. Whew. Attack for 4. That thing would have completely roasted us. Opponent has 1 top deck to kill us. Ground Assault. Supernatural Stamina guarantees it. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent blocks, so we Stamina. Game over. Whew! That was close. Alright, so opponent's doing similar stuff to what we are. Does that change our configuration at all? I don't think it does. I think we just run it back. Alright. I mean, this is a hand, so we're gonna keep. Opponent starts with a swamp. We draw a Hissing Iguanar. Play Swamp Vampirites. We draw Cartel Aristocrat. Let's play Blood Artist. Opponent did get a forest. I should play a forest this turn, I think. We draw a mountain, we'll be playing the Iguanar, I think. They did not play the forest, which means they probably have a 4-drop they want to play. Play the Cartel Aristocrat, pass the turn. Ground Assault. Yeah, we'll give it pro-red. Okay. We untap and draw Settle. So, play a Plains. Play Hissing Iguanar. We'll pump fake that we have Supernatural Stamina. Another Ground Assault. Well, we'll sack the Iguanar. Give this protection from black. Okay, they play the forest we knew about, and a Tuskguard Captain. We draw Elenda, which is very interesting. So we'll play out the Liege, because the Liege is super threatening. So if they have removal, they'll use it on the Liege. And on top of that, casting Elenda after is super good. Okay, opponent has an Eye Blight's ending. I should have sacked to give this pro-green or pro-black. Okay. We untap. We draw Fireblade Artist. So cast Elenda, pass the turn. Bloodbraid Elf into Rishkar. That's pretty good. Yeah, it does seem really strong. I think we've got we're missing some critical aristocrat stuff, but like other than that, the deck is super good. We're taking a big hit here. No blocks. Untap. We draw an Augur Spree. So Augur Spree to kill the Tuskguard Captain. Okay, counter on Elenda. Oh, whoops, I tapped for that wrong. Whoops! Okay. Pass and punt. Okay, opponent goes to combat. Swings out. Block here. Trade, more counters on Elenda. Five mana. Opponent plays a Webweaver Changeling. Okay, well I'm really hoping we top deck another land that's untapped. They're gonna unearth the Tuskguard Captain. Sure. We got a Doomed Traveler instead of what I asked for. So play Doomed Traveler. Play Fireblade Artist. And attack with Elenda, I think. What do you think about this? They can double block, we can kill the Changeling, and we'd get 5 tokens. Because we can sack Doom Traveler. I think this is a trade that I'm going to have to make. Okay. Top deck a Seeker Squire. Get a whole bunch of life-linking vampire tokens. Opponent is now thinking. Opponent Opponent is probably doing a lot of math. We can basically trade off for any of his creatures. And they swing out. I'm gonna block with all 5 tokens here. Yeah, I did not do the thrumming stone deck, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you look at that. Play a mountain, go to combat, swing out, deal a bunch of damage, play Seeker Squire. Lava Coil I will put on top. Yeah, we'll just pass. Okay, opponent goes to combat. Attacks. Block here. We go to 13. Opponent plays a Rurik Thar, which is going to be really painful. But, like, we have Settle. Not be sacking anything. Exile Rurik Thar. Takes 6 damage. Hit them for a bunch. We go up to 10. They go down to 5. Ground Assault to kill our Fireblade Artist. We untap, draw another Seeker Squire. Lava Coil Rishkar. Swing out. They can't just block a token. They have to chump, or they have to, yeah. Okay, they go to 1. I'm just going to hold this Seeker Squire back. They would need like an Anger of the Gods to win. And they don't have it. Awesome. Well, that's round 1 for us. Moving on to round 2. Yeah, seems fine. We'll keep. Opponent starts Cryptic Spires tapped. We start Swamp. Opponent plays an island. They are at least Jeskai, and they play a Cruin Striker. So let's play a mountain. Seeker Squire. Doom Traveler, I will actually leave on top. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent plays a Jeskai Ascendancy. That's pretty scary. Draw Doom Traveler. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Okay. Play a Plains, play Doom Traveler, and play Fireblade Artist. Could have played this and attacked, but I think my opponent would have blocked. And I kind of want Fireblade Artist around in my upkeep. I want to get rid of this Doom Traveler to get a flying token. Okay, they have Lightning Helix to kill Fireblade Artist. And they play a Plains. Okay, since Cruin Striker does not have Trample, block, we get a Flyer. Untap. We draw Carrier Thrall, play a Swamp, go to combat. Attack for 3. We'll just leave up Augur Spree this turn, see what our opponent does. 4 mana. Opponent plays a Joda, Archmage Eternal, goes to combat, attacks us for 3, no blocks, take 3, go to 17. Kill Joda. Untap. We draw Elenda. So play Deathbringer Liege. And hit him for 5. Opponent goes to 13. Then plays a Living Lightning. That can let them get back Lightning Helix. They do not attack. We untap and draw Seasoned Pyro. So play Elenda. We're going to tap and kill Living Lightning. They get back Lightning Helix. Go to combat. Attack for a lot. What did Doctor Strange do to you that he deserved to get augured? Existed. He is kind of Doctor Strange, isn't he? Okay. Opponent plays a Heroic Reinforcements. They do still have Lightning Helix. So they Helix Elenda, and we get a bunch of lifelinking 2/2s. I mean, if they swing out, we just take the damage and kill them. Sure, we'll take 7. Okay, untap, draw Abbot, play Abbot, play a Swamp, play Carrier Thrall, kill Crew and Striker, go to combat, and swing for the fences. Alright. This deck seems good. This deck seems really good. No adjustments, run it back. Yeah, we'll keep this. Hi, Porter. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Alright, opponent's turn. They mulligan to 6. Start with a blue-white tap land. We'll start with a Cryptic Spires. Opponent plays a blue-red tap land. Draw Abbot. So play a Plains. Play Seeker's Squire. Cartel Aristocrat. Actually going to put in the grave. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Mountain. And a Hissing Iguanar. We untap. Draw Swamp. So play a Swamp. Play our own Hissing Iguanar. And attack for 2. Opponent goes down to 18. They play an island. And Is It Charm to kill the Iguanar. Pinging us for 1. And attacking us for 3. We go to 16. Untap. We draw Doom Traveler. So, play Abbot. We exile Deathbringer Liege. Oh, that's awful. Play Doom Traveler. That sucks a lot. Play Basilica. Pick up a Plains. And attack for 2. That sucks so bad. That was like the best card in the deck and we exiled it. Okay, opponent basic land cycles Fiery Fall. Then plays a Mountain. And a Bloodwater entity. Entity is going to... Well, they have to target, even if they're not going to pick it up. They target Is It Charm. They do put Is It Charm on top of their deck, and they pass. So we untap and draw the Pontiff. Pontiff, I think, is pretty good here. We can kill their Iguanar. So play a Plains, play the Pontiff. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1. Then we can attack like this. Opponent goes down to 13. So they have an Is It Charm and a Jeskai Ascendancy. So they play Ascendancy. Bloodwater entity gets bigger. They then Is It Charm to kill the Abbot. This is fine. They loot with Ascendancy, and they discard Mountain. Okay, Abbot down. They hit us for 5. We draw a Mountain, play a Mountain. Exile the Bloodwater entity, flicker Pontiff. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Hit them for 5. Opponent untaps. Plays Washout. They can say black or white. They'll name black because they don't want to bounce Ascendancy. But that's fine. Okay. We untap. We draw a Swamp. So play a Swamp. Play Elenda. Play Seeker's Squire. We get a Mountain. Hit our opponent for 1. They go to 7. They Prophetic Bolt to kill Elenda. They loot. We get a 1/1. They get a card out of the top 4 cards of their deck. We untap. We draw Cartel Aristocrat. So play a Swamp. Play the Aristocrat. Play the Pontiff. Creatures we control get +1/+1. Hit them down to 1. Okay. And even if they have a board wipe here, we have a Doom Traveler. And if they have single target removal, they're not going to have 5 pieces of single target removal. So we get the match. Awesome. We are 2-0-4-0 going into round 3. This deck seems pretty good. Thanks, Slayer. Appreciate it. I know, right? Alright, round 3. Here we go. I would like to play first. This seems reasonable. Hopefully we draw plains. We've got an extra look with Seeker Squire, so... Play a swamp, pass the turn. We draw a Lava Coil, play a mountain, play Seeker Squire. Squire does find us a plains, which is huge. Opponent plays a Jeskai Elder. We draw Pillar of the Parents. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Okay, opponent blocks. So we're going to play the Pontiff. Opponent plays an island. Plays a Bloodwater entity with no value. Play a swamp. Play Carrier Thrall. Lava Coil. Get in for 2. Next turn we can follow this up with a Lenda and swing out, which is pretty good. Opponent Thought Scours themselves, milling Chancery and Living Lightning. Plays a Chancery, picks up an island. We draw a Blazing Hellhound, which I'm actually going to play rather than a Lenda this turn, because it guarantees we can get value out of a Lenda. Okay. Opponent plays a mountain into a Living Lightning. We untap. We draw Cartel Aristocrat, play Pillar. Play a Lenda. Go to combat. Swing out. They could trade with the Blazing Hellhound. That should be fine. Because we're going to follow this up with a Cartel Aristocrat. Okay. They get to pick up Thought Scour, 2 counters on a Lenda. Play Cartel Aristocrat. Pass the turn. This was an insane curve out. Yep, opponent scoops. Alright, no adjustments. Let's run it back. Could this be the legendary 3-0-6-0? This hand's not bad. It's a little slower, though. So we will keep. Start by playing a mountain, pass the turn. They go Bounce Land. We draw Vampiric Rites. So play our own Bounce Land, pick up the mountain, and we're going to discard the Pontiff. We can unearth the Pontiff for pretty decent value. Opponent plays a Jeskai Elder. We draw Seasoned Pyro. So play Seeker Squire. Seeker Squire gets us a Pillar of the Parents. Play a mountain, pass the turn. We can play a Lenda next turn. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not, though. We're not going to block. Opponent gets to loot. And they play another Jeskai Elder. We untap and draw plains. So go to combat. Attack for 1. Opponent does not block. Play a plains, and we are going to play out a Lenda here. Pass the turn. I would not be surprised if they just immediately kill a Lenda with like an Izzet Charm. Lava Coil. Okay, that's a little bit worse than Izzet Charm. at least as far as we're concerned. Opponent goes to combat, attacks us for 4. We go down to 15, they get to loot twice. I would like to draw a swamp. I think swamp would be pretty good. They loot away an Aether Snipe, and they loot away a Spark Mage's Gambit. We draw a Seeker Squire. Well, start by playing a Seeker Squire. We get a Mountain. Mountain here is somewhat reasonable, because we can play Seasoned Pyro. And I'm going to ditch Vampiric Rites and Supernatural Stamina. Okay. Attack him for 1. Next turn, I'm going to go for an Unearth, Settle Beyond Reality, make a huge team, and swing play, I think. If they attack, I'm not going to block because of that. I could also potentially just kill their whole board, but I think dealing tons of damage is probably more worth it. Okay, opponent gets to loot twice. They loot away a Pull From Tomorrow and a Mountain. They play an Island. Kind of hoping they just play 1 blocker. They've been representing Izzet Charm fairly consistently, so I might need to wait if I'm going to go for a big Settle Beyond Reality play, but we'll see. They play an Ingenious Scob. And they suspend a Rift Bolt. Okay. We're going to go for it. We draw another Settle Beyond Reality, which is amazing. So, Unearth the Pontiff. Give our team +1/+1. Then exile Ingenious Scob, Flicker Pontiff. Give our team +1/+1. Go to combat. Attack for 16. Take our opponent to 2. Rift Bolt comes off suspend. I mean, they could just chain enough spells to kill me with prowess triggers here. They Rift Bolt our face. We go to 10. Who knows? Maybe just killing all of their creatures was better. Opponent scoops. Nice. The 3060 Aristocrats deck. Completely undefeated. Let's see what we get out of this treasure chest. 5 play points, an Archmage's Ascension, and a Sphinx's Decree. I mean, I'm not going to complain, but I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. And remember, you can follow me on Twitch. Same username on all social media. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for tuning in here on Twitch. So I'm going to roll the credits here in just a moment. But, yeah, thanks again so much.